On today's episode of In the Know, we're discussing QuickBooks Bill Pay and how it can streamline and simplify your firm's account payable processes with ProAdvisor Dan Luthi. Spoiler alert, here's his top 5 list. First, seamless integration with QuickBooks Online. Second, it's easy for clients to navigate. Third, there's streamlined processes for accountant users. Fourth, there's flexible pricing options for you and your clients. And fifth, QuickBooks Bill Pay makes for a seamless addition to the QuickBooks ecosystem. So with that, let me welcome Dan, who's going to unpack and contextualize the why behind his top 5 reasons. Dan, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm excited to meet with you and talk about bill pay and talk about some of the functions that go along with QBO bill pay. And honestly, you said seamless a whole lot, which I'm excited because it really is in a lot of cases. So do you mind if I dive in? I'm really excited to actually talk about the first one that's on that list.
Dan, what's number 1 on your list?
Number 1 on my list is actually the seamless integration with QuickBooks Online. The fact that bill pay is fully embedded makes it a really great feature for clients that are processing transactions, really need to be able to see and view all of that detail in one place. It also cuts down on a bunch of extra potential work that you're doing if you're using a third-party solution like potentially their bank account. You don't have to now go in and recreate those transactions again. All of it's happening in one place, all the details being stored in the vendor center, and it gives that client truly real-time visibility into their finances.
So Dan, you touched on it a little bit, but how does this compare to if a ProAdvisor were to use a third-party bill pay solution and the work that would be involved in getting it into the general ledger?
Yeah, definitely. The one thing that makes it really convenient on this side is because it's embedded into the product, you're not dealing with an integration back and forth between 2 systems. It also is going to help with potential the error side of things that some people deal with certain, other third-party solutions, as well as there's not a clearing account that you're dealing with. The transactions will come and go out of the bank feed very easily and should be relatively seamless as it's matching those transactions automatically for you as they clear.
Should we move to number 2?
Let's go on to number 2. Easy customer navigation. Here, one of the biggest pain points that we often hear from clients is, I really don't like dealing with multiple applications. I'm already in QuickBooks. Isn't there something I can do that helps me work through all this? And truly, a lot of times us as firm owners, and accountants spend a lot of time helping clients to understand how to use QuickBooks. And so showing them the navigation functions, where we click on that beloved plus sign in the top left-hand corner. Our customers are very acclimated to that workflow in a lot of cases. And that's one of the pieces that creates a lot of benefit for our customers in this is they know where to go. They know where what to do in that process. They're not being surprised by a whole new workflow that they have to go through. And so really it creates a very active environment for them. Also with it, when you're going, of course, to pay bills, it gives you the ability to schedule it right from there. And so again, it just creates a really easy and situation for clients to navigate through.
Okay, so the ease of navigation for clients is super important because many clients will be actively involved with their own accounts payable processes. But number 3 on the list is all about our accountant users and how QuickBooks Bill Pay makes their lives easier and better. So let's go to number 3.
Definitely. Right now, of course, I would say more than ever, tech stack overload is becoming probably one of the most common things for us as firm owners, but also for us as accountants working and interacting with clients. And so having all of that happen seamlessly within QuickBooks really does cut down on a lot of those extra steps. Being able to have the place where receipts are uploaded in or bills are uploaded in, having OCR and the AI extract that information all in the same place really does help to move the process forward a lot easier for those accountants. It also puts you in the same place to where you're not bouncing back and forth between applications or between tabs in order to be able to make sure that your batch payments can be processed correctly, and also to be able to cut down on potential errors that happens. And so from the accounting side, it really just creates a smoother workflow while you're interacting with the system.
Dan, I know different firms have different relationships to their clients' account payable. Some are highly involved, whereas others may just have oversight. Does the sort of streamlined processes help no matter what end of that spectrum you and your firm sit at?
Yeah, I love this question because honestly, my team asks me this all the time because we offer different levels of services to our clients when it comes to account payable. Some of our clients, we're very hands-on, which means we want to be able to create good segregations of duties. And that is one of the great features that's available as a part of this. If your customer is on advanced and using the highest tier of the bill pay solution, you can set up those exact same workflows into where you truly do have a separation between bills being paid and also the customer feels they're involved in the process. Or you can have it on the opposite spectrum to where the customer can truly do everything. It doesn't have to be you involved in the system, but you can still see everything that they're doing without having to have another app or without having to chase them down on other things. And so it really does give you the ability to span the service opportunities depending on what your experience or what your service offering is with the client.
And I'm sure that varies based on the client's size and what their needs are, which brings up
Very much so.
Pricing, which happens to be number 4 on your list. So let's talk about number 4, which is flexible pricing options.
Definitely. There are 3 tiers of pricing that's available for your clients. Of course, the lower tier is based on a lower volume need, and then it continues to scale up. The nice thing, of course, about the upper tier as well, too, is you get some of those additional features that help you to be able to create those workflow functions. Generally, of course, your smaller organizations are not going to want or need those workflow pieces. And so the lower tier is built and structured for it to be most cost effective for them. And on the opposite side, the larger tiers are built to be more constructive or more conducive to those clients that have more items in their workflow. And so the flexible pricing really does give them a lot of advantage there. And then also, of course, too, through if you're using your Intuit partner codes or any of those kind of things, you can also potentially offer discounts to your clients or different things like that as well too, to help with your partnership as a part of your connection with your customer.
Okay, we love flexible pricing. That's awesome. So we're on number 5. As a reminder, number 1 was that QuickBooks Bill Pay integrates seamlessly with the general ledger. So that's at the heart of this. But number 5 is that it integrates seamlessly as well with the QuickBooks ecosystem of products. So can you help us expand out and understand how it fits within the ecosystem?
Very much so. As we know, not every client is able to work with every facet of their business within QuickBooks. Sometimes they need another application to connect their receivables or their e-commerce or their project management or something along those lines. That's the one great part that really works well on this side of things when it comes to bill pay, is it attaches and connects onto that ecosystem without having to create a whole bunch of change for that customer. It's going to cut down on the login piece, which will work really well. But if you're using a secondary system for POs, or you're having a secondary system that's bringing receipts or bills into it, you can still use the bill pay approach directly within QuickBooks, and it's not going to require you to have to go through a bunch of extra steps. That system those other applications or platforms will push right into QuickBooks and then make it available for you to use the bill pay solution right within product.
Dan, thank you so much for illuminating how QuickBooks Bill Pay can really fit into firms' processes to help them offer accounts payable services to clients of varying sizes and complexity and be a win-win for everybody. So should we recap your top 5 reasons?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, I'll do one and then you do one. So number 1 is seamless integration with QuickBooks Online. Number 2.
Number 2 is ease for clients to navigate.
Number 3, streamlined processes for accountant users.
Number 4, flexible pricing options for you and your clients.
Number 5 is seamless addition to the QuickBooks Online ecosystem. I feel like we should high five after that. Amazing. Dan, thank you so much for being on this episode. It's always fun spending time with you.
Definitely. Thank you so much for inviting me and looking forward to the next time.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.